Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Fortifying Your Faith. My name is Haston Hanley, and I'm so glad you can be back with us again today as we are concluding this season and taking a step back and kind of reevaluating the first question that we looked at the beginning of the season, way back on August 9th, where we discussed the need to grow. But as we have discussed, and I'll just read some of the topics to us, as we've discussed the need to grow in faith, knowledge, self control, patience, godliness, brotherly love, joy, peace, gentleness, kindness, goodness, character, preparation, hope, grace, forgiveness, wisdom, and service. I want us to spend a few minutes in closing this out by just discussing putting an end to good enough. I've titled this episode The Death of Good Enough because it's time for us to take that mentality and take that mindset and just throw it out. Because the truth is, the idea of, well, that's just good enough, I don't have to worry about anything else, or I can do this because that's good enough, that should never be a part of our mindset. That should never be even within our vocabulary. Because as Christians, we should always strive to give the absolute best that we can to the Lord. So I want us to spend just a few minutes today, whenever you're listening to this, and discuss one parable that Jesus spoke. And I want us to go to Matthew chapter 25, because to get a full grasp of what this mindset does to the person, to anyone really, we have to stop and look at what Jesus tells us. He says, for the kingdom of heaven, Matthew 25 and verse 14, is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents. That's 5 sum of money, however much it would be, but he gave him 5. To another he gave 2, and to another he gave 1. To every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his leave, or took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. Likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth, and hid his Lord's money. And after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh, and reckoneth with them, or recounted with them. That is, give me what I've given you back. So, if we just stop there, you see 2 people, 2 servants, had taken that extra time and that extra effort to go and to do good for their master, do good for their boss, or whatever it is. They were not happy with it's good enough. But that 1 talent man, he took what his master had given him, and he went and he hid it, and with that mindset said, it will be good enough for him if I just give him back what he has given me. That mentality of, I'm not going to go the extra mile, I'm not going to do that extra thing, it's going to be good enough. He's going to be happy with me just giving it back. I didn't mess anything up. I didn't cause any extra problems for him to have to solve. So, therefore, he should be happy that it's good enough. You see how that mindset can pop up? You see how simple it is for someone to say, well, I just want it to be easy. I'm not messing anything up, so therefore, let's just be happy that we've gotten through it. Verse 20, it says, and he that had received 5 talents came and brought another 5 talents, saying, Lord, you delivered unto me 5 talents, but I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. You see that benefit of giving that extra effort, of taking the things that were given to him and benefiting and growing and strengthening and fortifying what his master had given him. It wasn't that mindset of, well, this is good enough. So his reward was he got to go into the joys of the Lord. Verse 22, and he also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, you have delivered unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other also. And the Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things, and I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Once again, that same idea. They strived to grow. They strived to benefit their master and their Lord, and so they were rewarded for that. But I want us to notice, beginning in verse 24, there's still a reward that's being given out by someone who said, this is good enough. Not striving for greatness, not striving for benefiting his Lord the best or the most. It says, Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee, that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and I went and hid thy talent in thy earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. He said, Lord, I'm just giving you back what you gave me. It was good enough for me to have and you to have to begin with, so therefore it's good enough for you to have now. He says, I was afraid. I know you're a powerful man. I know that I would have many repercussions if I failed, so I didn't even try. It says in verse 26, His Lord answered and said to him, Thou wicked and slothful or lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gather where I have not strawed. You ought, therefore, to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury or interest. He says, Take therefore your talent from him, and give it unto him that has 10 talents. For every one that hath shall it be given, and he that shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he has, and cast you, the unprofitable servant, into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Is that something that we want to have with the mindset of, I'm just good enough? I don't want to try any harder because there's a chance I could fail. I don't want to push myself harder because there's a chance I could just mess up. No. That's the mindset of the 1 talent man. That's the mindset of what verse 30 calls the unprofitable servant. How is it that we become profitable unto the Lord? But by striving to grow closer to Him, striving to grow in our knowledge of Him, striving to teach others about Him, and putting that mindset of, I'm just good enough, I'm not going to try anymore, to the bed. Put it in the grave and be done with it. Maybe this season has helped you as much as it's helped me in that mindset of growing closer to God. But until next season, which won't be but maybe a week away, let's continue to study, let's continue to grow so that we can all fortify our faith.